Alongside the Galaxy S23 FE launch, Samsung announced their updated SmartTag 2. It got released into the wild to help you find your stuff that you potentially have lost. It takes what was great about Gen 1 and improves on it in almost every single way. I've used it for about a month now, so let's talk about it. Welcome back to SamMobile TV. You're here with Daniel. Today's review of the SmartTag 2 will be broken down into 4 sections. First of all, I want to look at the design because they have updated it considerably over the first generation SmartTag. I then want to take you through the setup process and how easy and seamless it potentially can be, and then stuff you can do once you've got it ready in your SmartThings. Then leading in from that, you've got the functions, because it's not just the SmartTag. There is some stuff that you can actually do with this to have home automation potentially as well. And then lastly, we're going to look at what happens when you lose it. What is the process of things that you can go through to find it, and how easy can it be? Kicking off with design. The SmartTag 2 is tiny and it's well thought out when it's designed. It's very practical in the way Samsung has designed it. It's a lot slimmer than Gen 1, even though it's taller. It doesn't quite protrude and have like any lumps or bumps about it in the same way that the Generation 1 does. The keyring hole in the middle there is appreciated. What I like about it is you don't need to get a second accessory just to make it be able to be attached to things. It is bigger as well, that hole, than the first one. The first one, it was a bit of a struggle to get onto things, whereas at least having this hole a bit bigger sort of expands what you can attach it to. It has a button on it as well, which we'll get into the functions of what that button does a little bit later on. What's really nice this year is it's IP67 water and dust resistant. 1 meter for 30 minutes for submersion. What I like about it is when you lose something, you're not likely to lose it in a dry, indoor, safe space. You will probably lose it outdoors somewhere. And the elements can be unpredictable. It can rain heavily, it can be sunshine. The important thing is this is protected. When you remove the battery cover, it has the little rubber rings, so when it is sealed, it's protected from the inside as well. It's got ultra wideband to help with more precise finding. That's part of the design and the specs. And it's also connected through Bluetooth Low Energy, which means it can have a longer distance and it won't use as much power when it is connected. The design makes it easy to change the battery. As I said, the battery cover has got the rubber ring, but it's very easy to remove it. You literally just insert a SIM pin into it and it'll pop out the battery cover and you can change the battery nice and easily. Once you've unboxed this thing and got it ready to go, the setup process is insanely easy. Literally, you just have to have it next to your phone for the first time and it pops up. There's a pop-up saying add now. So you add it now. And then from there, it's pretty much follow the prompts, and within seconds, it's connected to your phone and integrated into your SmartThings account. So seamless and so simple. Like, I thought maybe this section might be longer, but it literally doesn't need to be, because that is all there is to it. Press a button here, agree to terms there, and you're in. Post that, it immediately takes you to the settings screen for the SmartTag 2. And that is where you can start to tinker with the settings and the functions. So let's go there now. Because it's not just a tag to help you track things and find them, it's also a tag that aligns with its name, that's smart. It's a smart tag, and it has some functions to take advantage of that and allow you to do extra things. We'll go into the map view a little bit later on, because that kind of ties into finding this thing if you ever lose it. Let's go into everything that's underneath there. First thing you see here is the Find Phone or Tablet. Now, let's go back to the design where I mentioned that this thing has a button. This button is programmable. There's 3 different, presses. There's a single press, a double press, and a long press. Samsung have reserved the single press and the long press further on in the settings, so I'll go into that in a minute, but the double press is reserved for finding your device. Now in here, you can set it to any device that's on your Samsung account, and it will basically act as a finder for it. So you double press it, and it will ring your phone, ring your tablet, whatever it is that you've decided, it will activate it. And because it's got an extended range, thanks to the way it connects to your phone, this means that you can do it in sparse areas. If your phone is on the other end of the house, and your tags on the other end, this will work. As I said, it also features a single and a long press. These 2 options are reserved for SmartThings and some home automation. In this setting here, you can make it sort of act to routines. change security settings. There's a couple of different smart things, I guess, functions that this can tie into. Myself personally, I've got it set to control devices. So a single press for me will control my bedroom air conditioner, and a double press will control my lounge room air conditioner. Here it is working with the bedroom air conditioner with the single press. It's impressive and it's convenient because you can, on your way home, press the SmartTag and it will then activate the function and turn the device on. Very handy in summer. Underneath that setting, you can control the volume of the SmartTag. It's got two options, high or low. Take a listen to the difference between the two. Let me know which one you would use in the comments. There's also lots of different ringtones. So if you were trying to find your tag and ring it, you can select from this list of ringtones that Samsung have. So I'll just play a couple for you now. It's up to you which one you'd like to use. Down at the bottom, you have the battery section. Now, the battery life has significantly improved on the SmartTag 2. Samsung is saying 500 days of battery with normal usage. And then if you activate power saving mode, that can be extended up to 700 days, which is quite an incredible feat considering how small this SmartTag is. Now, I've only had it for 30 days. Give or take. So obviously I haven't been able to test the battery yet. And as you can see, it says sufficient. So there's different levels of percentages that cover sufficient. It's quite a wide range. So it's not quite giving me the percentage of how much is left, but I don't have to worry about it for now. I can be quite confident this will last extensively into the future. Now let's talk about how you find this thing if you ever lost it. It uses Samsung's SmartThings Find network, which is extensive and covering phones and watches and tablets and buds as well. That all can be incorporated into this network as well. Before though you lose it, it's a bit weird, you'll probably want to tinker with some settings. So if this does happen to go a bit walkabouts, you can find it easier. When you view the tag on the map, you'll see down the bottom, there's 3 dots under a More button. In this menu, you'll want to toggle on some settings so you can find it easier later on. You can turn on Notify when left behind. And then in here, you can actually add in safe places so it won't ping you if you leave it at home, for example. Lost mode works by allowing you to input some information. And then if you do happen to lose the tag and someone picks it up, they will get a notification on their phone alerting them to the owner, which is you, your details, so they can get in touch with you and return the item that the tag was attached to. This isn't on by default. This is something you will need to enable because obviously you got to opt in for giving people your information if you lose something. Now on how to find it. At the top of this More menu, I guess you could call it, there is Search Nearby. Now Search Nearby works by the ultra wideband and just locating it more precisely. So if you've lost it around the house, for example, or you're getting within range of it, you can turn this on and it will kind of navigate you, and you can use your camera as well to find the SmartTag a lot easier, and it'll locate it and point you in the right direction. It's quite clever. And it almost feels like you're playing that game that you used to play as a kid where you would hide something and then someone would go warmer, warmer, cold, cold, hot, 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 hot. It's like that. From this setting here as well, you can ring it. So if you do get close enough, you can play this and it'll play that tune that you've set it to from before. If the tag is out of location range, you can choose to navigate to it. So if you can see it on a map, you can hit navigate and it will bring up maps and navigate you to where the tag is actually located. The overarching map can also show you location history, previous 7 days of where this tag was. So if you've lost it within the last week, you can kind of see its journey. I tested this finding situation out when I was in Italy, or at least on the way to Italy, because when you drop your bags off to the baggage handlers, who knows where they're going to go. So it's quite clever. We stuck a SmartTag 2 in one of our luggage bags. And when we were on the plane, I had Wi-Fi, so I thought I'll just give it a go. And I was able to see where the bag was, and it was found by a nearby device. So someone with a Samsung must have walked past it and then pinged it and put it on the map for me. I thought that was nice. Wrapping up, the SmartTag 2 is a great improvement over the SmartTag 1. Samsung brought it out because they knew how important this kind of thing was going to be to a mobile device ecosystem. And I think what they learned from the first one is what they've put into the second one. The battery life being a great improvement and lasting over a year and a half. The design being a lot simpler and slimmer and palatable and like more devices that it can be attached to. Very nice, very appreciated. If you're keen on grabbing one of these for yourself, please use the link in the description below to grab one. Enjoy if you ever lose something weird. If you like this review and want to keep up to date with all things Samsung, this is your place to be. So subscribe here to SamMobile TV. And if you want to get even more news and information on Samsung, go check out our website, sammobile.com, for extensive coverage on Samsung's launches, software, and everything you can think of. See you in the next one. Thanks.